The sirens wail, the power goes out, the water stops running. In that moment, you face a choice: go it alone or reach out to others. One path leads to a locked door and a basement full of supplies, the myth of the lone survivor. The other leads outward, to your neighbor's porch, the town square, the local school. This is the path of community, where strength is found in numbers and shared skills. True resilience isn't found in a bunker, it's found in a neighborhood. Rediscover the tribe that already surrounds you. The lone wolf may last a while, but the pack endures. So, when the sirens wail, ask yourself, alone or together? Survival is a team sport. The lone wolf prepper, armed, resourceful, utterly self-reliant, captures our imagination. It's a story of control in chaos, of one person outlasting the storm. But this is a modern fantasy. For most of human history, to be alone was a death sentence. Our ancestors survived by forming tight-knit groups, not by going solo. Even in the military, survival depends on the squad, not the individual. Soldiers trust each other with their lives. A lone soldier is in danger. In real disasters, it's the neighbours who pool resources, the person with a grill who cooks for the block, the family who takes others in. The lone wolf's supplies are finite. The community's resources, when shared, multiply. The myth of the lone wolf shatters in real adversity. We survive together, not apart. The bonds we form are our true strength. When crisis hits, it's not the lone hero who endures, it's the tribe. The lone wolf is a story for peaceful times, not for survival. In the real world, connection is everything. Don't buy the myth. Build the team. The logic of the isolated prepper seems sound. Stockpile enough and you'll outlast the crisis. But supplies run out. What happens on day 366? Alone you have no one to trade with, no backup, no support. No one is a master of all trades. One person can't be doctor, mechanic, and farmer. A community, by contrast, is a living library of skills. Isolation cuts you off from this vital pool of expertise. The psychological toll is even greater. Humans aren't built for long-term isolation, especially under stress. Even elite soldiers operate in teams for a reason. Alone, paranoia and fear set in. Mistakes become fatal. The bunker becomes a trap, a brittle, temporary illusion of safety. If you get sick or injured, there's no one to help. A community is a network with redundancy. If one falls, others step up. The failure of isolation is inevitable. Survival is not about being a lone hero. It's about being part of a resilient group. The lone survivor is a single point of failure. The group is the backup plan. History proves it. Communities are the engine of resilience. After Hurricane Maria, neighbors, not officials, cleared roads, shared food, and set up clinics. In Japan's 2011 tsunami, strong social ties meant faster recovery. The lone wolf was the first to run out of supplies and hope. Shackleton's Antarctic crew survived because they stayed unified. When systems fail, it's the bonds between people that hold the line. When disaster strikes, unity is survival. Alone, we falter. Together, we thrive. In a crisis, trust becomes the most valuable currency. Sociologists call it social capital, the goodwill and connections between neighbors. A community with high social capital is far more resilient than one of strangers. Do you know your neighbors' names? Their skills? This isn't gossip. It's survival intelligence. When disaster hits, these informal networks activate instantly. Social capital is built in small, everyday acts. A hello, a shared tool, a helping hand. Each interaction is a deposit in the bank of trust. When the storm comes, you'll need to make a withdrawal. You can't build these bonds in the middle of a hurricane. They must exist before. Modern isolation is a hidden danger. We're connected online, but disconnected next door. When institutions fail, your true safety net is your neighbors. Rebuilding that net is the most important prep you can make. Knowing your neighbors is a survival skill. Every community has hidden resources, skills, tools, and spaces waiting to be discovered. Asset mapping is the process of finding these strengths. Start by asking, what do we have right here, right now? The most important assets are people, their skills, knowledge, and willingness to help. Create a simple inventory. Who knows first aid? Who can fix things? Who has a generator? Next, identify physical resources, community gardens, wells, tools, or backup power. Asset mapping isn't about bureaucracy, it's about conversations. It turns isolated properties into a shared network. The process itself builds trust and connection. People realize they're not alone, they're part of a capable tribe. The map can be a whiteboard or a shared document. The power is in the process, not the paperwork. Asset mapping is the first step to real resilience. The best survival shelters aren't bunkers. They're the buildings you already know. Schools, community centers, churches, and gyms can all become emergency shelters. These places have kitchens, bathrooms, and space for many people. Repurposing familiar buildings is faster and more effective than building new ones. Energy is critical. Microgrids can keep key buildings powered when the main grid fails. Imagine a school, fire station, and grocery store connected to local solar and batteries. When the grid goes down, this energy island stays on. Community-owned microgrids are a powerful step toward resilience. The key is to see your town's infrastructure as a survival toolkit. Planning together transforms the familiar into the essential. The strongest shelter is the one you build as a community. Your town is already a survival network if you choose to see it. The myth of the lone wolf fails in every real crisis. History, social capital, asset mapping, and shared infrastructure all point to one truth. Survival is a group effort. Resilience is built in the bonds we forge with those around us. The work starts small. Walk out your door, meet your neighbors, learn their names, organize a block party, or potluck. These simple acts grow trust. Once connected, start a neighborhood asset map. List skills and resources people can share. Talk to local leaders about designating public buildings as shelters or investing in microgrids. These steps turn a collection of individuals into a resilient community. Humanity conquered adversity together, not alone. We are wired for cooperation, not isolation. The challenges of today demand ancient wisdom. Your greatest asset is your tribe. Your strongest shelter is a bonded community. Go meet your neighbors. Map your strengths. Build your tribe. The power to survive isn't in a bunker, it's all around you. You just have to connect. The future belongs to the connected. Start now, start small, start together. The next crisis will come. Be ready as a team. Alone, you survive. Together, you thrive.